In a surprising turn of events, LEGO Friends is racking up points year after year. Last year's Botanical Garden was probably one of the most sought after LEGO sets ever. Andrea's Modern Mansion was quite impressive earlier this year, but then the Space Research Rover enters the chat and has me completely blown away. I am a huge space fan, bought the entire City Space theme upon release, reviewed the Technic set last week, which is a theme I would usually never touch, and then LEGO sends me this one for review, which I would have bought either way due to how good it looked from checking the images of it that first surfaced the internet. Now I'll quickly get out the way all of the extra stuff before addressing the brilliant design of the rover. Being part of the Space Cross theme partnership, this Friends set box also comes with that space banner on this side, and I was surprised to find 4 separate building instruction booklets, each featuring a distinct part of the build, which is great for sharing. The landscape and over scooter in one, the rover base in the second, cockpit in the third, and living quarters in the fourth. The landscape is quite different from that of the city sets done up until now, with vibrant blue colors for the ground and some of the foliage, making use of these new larger fern pieces in this opalescence blue color, and then the opalescence pink regular fern elements on the flowers, so to speak, which do open, revealing a new variant of pre-existing aliens, this time around colored blue. Nice play feature to imagine these creatures coming out of flowers, or the flowers themselves being their shelters, depending on how you want to look at it. There's a space dog included with a spacesuit and mask, which is kind of hilarious, and then the mini dolls, Olivia and William, that have both airpieces and space helmets. Besides the rover, a Hoover scooter is included for traveling around in an upright position, having 2 batteries in the same style done across themes, but that doesn't come close to the near-perfect look of the Space Research Rover. Some people will probably be turned off by the color scheme, but I think it's brilliant. The combination of white, the new orange elements and purple windscreens and detailing works really well in my eyes and makes it stand out in a very nice way. There's also a block of dark gray at the wheels core that I don't mind, housing a bot at the front, I think, given how to me there's a robot expression in this sticker and a pair of mechanical arms. It drives okay, but quite noisy on smooth surfaces due to the full-on plastic wheels, with some brick-built detailing inside made once again with perfect color choices, even having a bit of lavender under the purple round tiles you hardly notice. But the cool thing is that the rear axle isn't locked in. There's a center pivot steering system in place, which makes the rover a lot more fun to play with and drive around. The cockpit keeps the aesthetic and color scheme of the old vehicle, but my favorite detail has to be how these windshield elements were used for side windows, how perfectly the 2x4 tile with round corners fits on top of it, or the quarter 3x3 tiles at the base for seamless shaping. The cockpit opens up like so, revealing a seating space for 1 astronaut, a control tile in the front, and 2 stickers for screens on the sides. At the end, a passageway leads to the living quarters, quite nicely shaped as well, but not as brilliantly as the cockpit, at least in my opinion. The sides are kinda flat, though the windscreen element used at the back is really nice, as is the one used at the top for access to the interior. 2 stickers for sleeping bags can be found, a cookie for the dog in the back, a screen highlighting the plants of the small landscape build, but I was once again blown away by the fact that the beds can be hinged, revealing lab instruments and tools, maximizing the space for play in ways the city set space modules should have taken some notes on, given how simple and minimalistic they were. And the reason I'm speaking about these space modules is because the living quarters of the Space Research Rover is one of those as well, made in the same modular system, which means it can be connected to sets like the space station, or retrofitting those modules into the rover is also possible, 1 extra at a time, as more than that will result in the assembly becoming unbalanced. The Space Research Rover pairs well with the City Space Rover, though it kinda makes me question the value it offers. The Friends set has an extra 200 pieces, believe it or not, and costs an extra $15, which is hard to see from a size impression point of view, right? I was not expecting them to look this similarly sized, and have me thinking, where did the pieces go? But despite all of that and the sticker use, the Space Research Rover is one of the sleekest space designs I've seen in a long time, with matching play features and color scheme. Next to the City Space Rover and the Interstellar spaceship, it is my third favorite space set done this year, which baffles me due to where it's coming from originally, but I guess I shouldn't be surprised anymore. LEGO Friends is killing it, time after time.